It's been tough. It's been fun to set up this event, and I'm really glad that people have travelled from many places, even as far as Scotland. Thank you, Ollie. Gave you a mention. Don't worry. You pay me later. But had you asked me 18 months ago if I'd have been stood delivering a speech for a political party, I'd have probably laughed at you. I'd have probably thought you were a little bit bonkers, because I've never really wanted to speak of a political party. I don't want to stand as a candidate. I don't want to be a politician. But I do want to do things for people. I've always cared about people. I've always wanted to do the right thing by people, and that's why I'm stood here. People like Julian and Richard, who sadly passed away, those inspiring characters when I went to my first meeting, are why I'm getting so involved. And I'm not one who likes to blame either. I don't like to blame the past or blame old parties and old politicians. But if they weren't too busy denying their mistakes, then we could be learning from them. It's insanity. Cycles and cycles of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Pretty sure Albert Einstein said that. Nearly as smart as me. But UKIP are starting to change those cycles. Everyone turning out today, standing as a candidate or just speaking. We're changing the cycles. We're asking questions and we're forcing the answers. We're asking government to be accountable to the people through things such as a citizens' initiative, direct democracy, real MP recall, things that really matter to people, not politicians. We're asking for a limited government. We're sick and tired of big government, more layers, more spending. We're tired of it. We're asking them to act in the interests of our civil liberties and uphold values and freedoms that we fought for and stood for such a long period of time. Not rushing into wars overseas in the name of national security that really genuinely doesn't work. And we're also asking for young people to be given real choices. Real choices that reflect the diversity of their needs. Giving those who are academic the ability to be able to go and do a course that leads to a real job, not burdened with debt or worry that that's going to come and hit them later on. We want to give those who aren't academic the ability to give up their GCSEs to be able to go and do maybe an apprentice course that will lead to a different type of career or a different job. Because people are different. We're not all academic. And we all want to do different things. We also want to give families the ability to send their children to schools that can compete with schools that are paid for. Grammar schools. I know I never got the chance to be able to go to a grammar school in my town in Doncaster, as many I'm sure here today have never had the chance either. We want to give those without money the ability to challenge the ones with money in an environment that allows them to thrive and do so. I'm asking the government to stand up for the people and their civil liberties. I don't like knee-jerk reactions taking away freedoms. Mr. Cameron, after the atrocities and the horrible events in Paris, what was his solution? He wanted to take away more freedoms. He wanted to stop encrypted messaging applications that we all use and take for granted, in all honesty. He wanted to take them away and make them illegal. Now, I'm not Prime Minister, but even I can see that that's a ridiculous idea. I'm tired of being fooled into giving away my freedoms, and that's one of the reasons I stand here today. But haven't the old parties had too long? They've been able to say, do, be, act any way they want and expect to win. Anyway, they've taken us all for fools, in all honesty. But not anymore. Because the people are waking up. The EU elections, a party like UKIP, was the first time they've broken the two-party mould of winning an election for 100 years. If that isn't waking up, I don't know what is. We are the real alternative. We're answering the questions that people are asking. We're being accountable to the people. We're standing up for people's civil liberties, like standing outside Westminster and the European arrest warrant. I didn't see any other parties there. But I want to leave you with a final thought. Imagine the day after the election in May. I'm probably going to be hungover. And you sat there, reminiscing, hopefully celebrating. Do you want to be sat there with the thought of if only? If only I'd knocked on 10 more doors, or if only I'd delivered a few more leaflets, if only I'd convinced just those few more people. Please, please don't have that thought on that day. Make sure on that day you know you have done everything you possibly can do to change the face of politics forever. Make sure you convince those minds. Make sure you convince those people who are yet to be convinced. And let's forget about defectors of MPs and start turning to defectors of voters. Thank you very much.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.